and welcome back to the program now with more of the political news updates, in particular talking about the acting Prime Minister. And like you said, her visit, 10 days, right, the period. This is in her third day already. And it was in the province of Rai Et, and she saw lots of supporters, of course, welcoming her, while there were some government officials that were waiting upon her arrival as well. So just to mention, there was actually one of the ceremonies that was done. It's called the Bai Sri Sukwan ceremony, in order to lift her morals or spirits in a way.
It's a traditional, not that kind of religious ceremony.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Brahmin ceremony in a way as well here. And they were in the northeastern province of Rai Et, like I said, and they were mentioning that about 20,000 of the government supporters have gathered at the Bung Palan Thai, where the acting premier presided at the opening ceremony of a traditional handicrafts fair. There were some 100 anti-government protesters that were outside, just, blowing whistles as well. So there were some confrontations, but it didn't go wrong. Nothing was too severe or violent that happened.
Authorities have already expected that kind of incident.
Definitely, exactly. And that's why there were heavy security guards, at least 102,000 of them that were in the area. And anyways, after the ceremony that was conducted by the chief Brahmin for this rite, what happened basically next was just that, they mentioned that they chanted, some of the prayers, and also the supporters were there to help chant as well. So just to, lift her spirits and to protect her and give her some, a good morale boost in a way. And in the reports say that, she cheered up a little bit, as well. But in the meantime, at the moment, I believe that today or this morning, she will be coming back to Bangkok. She will be flying back to tape her New Year message and also chair a meeting of the Defense Council. The well-informed government house source has come out to mention this confirmation. Now, she's also the caretaker, like I said. She will be flying to the on an army plane and will chair the council meeting at the Army Club at around 9:30 a.m. She will record her New Year greeting for Thais at the Thai Army Club as well. And officials from the Office of the Government Spokesman moved the equipment from the building, they say, from the Nadi Samosan building and the First Commanding building from the Government House to the Army Club to take account of that particular change. So, that's basically, what she will be doing for today, at least for the morning. That will be some of her schedules.
It's undeniable that the northeastern region is still a stronghold of the Pheu Thai party and also supporters of the Prime Minister herself. And this is what she needs the most right now, the moral boost and support. Oh, all right. One of the good things, because she will be ready to come back to the capital and tackle the anti-government movement. We're starting with the activities of the PDRC yesterday, the first day of the 3-day street marches planned, led by protest leader Kun Suthep Theuek Suban to oust the caretaker Prime Minister Kun Yingluck Shinawat, which has seen a lot of support and warm welcome from people along the way today. A walk past from the Democracy Monument on Ratchadamnern Avenue all the way to Asok intersection, and also on their way back, a lot of people have come out on the street, on the by the pavement, blowing whistles, showing, raising Thai flags and waving at Kun Suthep. Some of them even called him Gamnan and cheer him up with the word "Su-su." It's like, come on, Gamnan.
Fighting, right?
And, fighting. And Gamnan was the title that a lot of PDRC supporters called him, because Kun Suthep used to be a village headman in Surat Thani province before. The PDRC Secretary General stopped for lunch at Asok intersection, and a lot of office workers have come out to join them. And in a separate movement yesterday, about 500 student-led demonstrators rallied outside the United States Embassy in Bangkok as well. They have denounced Washington for supporting the February 2nd election in Thailand. This particular group, led by Kun Nitithorn Lamlua, the leader of Network of Students and People for Reform of Thailand, demanded U.S. Ambassador Christy Kenny to come out and listen to protesters' reasons for wanting to remove the caretaker prime minister and push for reform before a general election, not after that. They even handed out an open letter at the rally strongly attacking Western government's media and media's organization for unfairly judging and reporting on the political situation in Thailand. The action was a result of Washington's statement last week supporting the attempt to solve the political impasse here in Thailand peacefully and democratically following Prime Minister's decision to dissolve the House of Representatives and call new round of general elections. However, today another street march has been scheduled where the PDRC will start from Ratchadamnern Avenue using Lan Luang Road and then turn left into Ramada 4th at Hua Lamphong railway station. Then they turn right into Silom Road and stop for lunch there. So anyone you would like to join, the office workers and people in Silom area, they'll be there at around noon to 1 p.m. And after that, on their way back, they'll be taking Charoen Krung Road and head to Chinatown area. Turn right again at Wang Burapha intersection and walk all the way to Samran Rat intersection. Turn into Dinsar Road, linking the Ratchdamnern Avenue back to their rally site. And they plan to take a one-day break on Saturday to prepare for a major street march Sunday, which the PDRC said will paralyze half of the capital. They have been urging people. This is the objectives of the rallies during this 2 days, yesterday and today. They will be urging people, inviting more people to join the demonstration on Sunday.
Okay, well, it's at least they do tell the schedules, exactly where they're going, so that people can actually avoid if they don't want to be stuck in the crowd or for some traffic congestions as well.
Right.
But okay, I guess with that, it's time to move on now to the Election Commission, like you've mentioned as well. How yesterday I believe that they were very stressful in their meeting or discussion.
Right.
It was at least 2 hours or so that went on for the election commissioners, newly appointed too, right? And they were trying to find ways of what they should do for the upcoming general election, and also ways out, if possible, for the opposing sides that's going on. And the suggestions have come out to be that the election commissioners are hoping that all parties would talk to each other in order to resolve. But however, the main point is that they will be maybe reconsidering the poll date. So it could be seeing the postponement of the actual polling date, which is set for February the 2nd, right? So they have called for reconciliation, like I said, because they are, of course, worried about the conflict before and after the poll. And they appealed for the cooling off period out of fears that the wrangling over the snap election could be held, and it could lead to an escalation of unrest and a dispute over the polling results. So in quotes from one of the election commissioners here, or the 5 new commissioners actually to say, in a statement yesterday said, the Election Commission views that the best way for improving the current situation is for all sides to reconcile and reduce their demands to a level that can be acceptable to all. There is no loser or winner, but it will be a way out for Thailand. They urged the reconsideration of that date, February the 2nd, of the election date, and saying that it should not be allowed to limit the possibility for Thais to reach reconciliation. Election Commissioner Somchai Sisutiyakon told the EC's press conference that the agency found that in the current situation, it would be difficult to hold a trouble-free election. So no matter how transparent they're going to try, no matter what devices or tools they are trying to adopt so that it could be seen as corruption-free, it's not that possible. They kind of have low hopes that could be seen. And he said that it has been widely agreed that there could be a disturbance because this is not a normal situation for a general election to actually occur again. Meanwhile, Somchai suggested that the mediators facilitate negotiations between the government and the PDRC on whether the February 2nd election should go ahead. That would be one of the suggestions that's coming out. And if there are no talks and the February 2nd date is confirmed, then the EC would do its best to hold the election. But still, like I said, they came out to mention that they don't know how the outcome will actually be, the opinions of the public at the moment, whether they are okay with this election to happen or not.
Yeah.
So they're only saying that the best that they could do if it really is going to happen.
One other thing is that the Election Commission said that they have been tasked with just holding the election to ensure that it was a free and fair election, but they have no right to change the date of the election.
So they can just suggest, right?
Yeah.
And that's
and
basically
follow
what they did.
according to the schedule. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister herself, Kun Yingluck Shinawatra, yesterday has already voiced her concern as well, saying that as an acting Prime Minister, and this is the first time that this kind of incident happened, she has no right to change the election date as well. You have to go ask the EC because the schedule has already been endorsed in the Royal Gazette, and they have no authority to change the election date. So there's still conflicting reports whether or not who will be able to change the election dates and who has the power or authority to consider that particular issue. However, the meeting of the EC draws a lot of attention because a lot of people said that there was still possibility that they will move the election date from February the 2nd, and after the EC's deliberation, the meeting conclusion, one faction has already come out and voiced their opinion. The caretaker Deputy Commerce Minister and Red Shirt co-leader Kun Nattawut Saikia, he had posted a message on his Facebook page saying that he understood the EC's concerns that the February 2nd national election may lead to further unrest. However, he agreed with Commissioner's advice that the caretaker government and the anti-government PDRC should hold talks to ensure a smooth election. However, he did not understand the intention of the 5 election commissioners when they confirmed that they would be fully ready to perform their duties for the planned February 2nd poll, but at the same time suggested that the PDRC and the caretaker government should not let the election schedule limit opportunity in creating understanding among Thai people or hinder reconciliation efforts. Kun Nattawut even accused the EC of siding with the PDRC protesters. In his words, he said, I wonder if some election commissioners have been watching blue sky more than provisions and actual facts.
Okay,
that's quite blunt.
Yeah, so that's the reason why the EC did come out to mention that there could be several sides that are opposing, even whether it's a corruption-free or whether it's a transparent kind of poll that is going to be set up again or not. So I guess we'll have to see how it seems like they're just throwing a hot potato back and forth to see.
And moreover, there's still an issue next week as well when the EC open for the candidacy registration next week, and we hear reports, not unconfirmed report from the Pheu Thai party about the Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra.
That's right. That she could be a candidacy.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting for the her signing of the papers.
Because
that
means if the Pheu Thai party has been elected once again, the number one party list candidacy, which might be Kun Yingluck Shinawatra, she would be the Prime Minister once again. All right, with that, we're taking a short break, but up next, Kun Chen will be here and talk about the impact from the ongoing protests here in Thailand concerning the economy and tourism sector next year. Stay tuned.